Assalamualaikum and hello everybody. This is Zishan Hassan, your tutor for Audit and Assurance. So in this session, I will give you the complete orientation and introduction about the Audit Assurance, previously known as F8. Firstly, let us give me introduction about myself. I am Zishan Hassan, a tutor for Audit Assurance. I have overall teaching experience to ACCA students for I'm teaching students from last 12 plus years now. Okay, which subjects of ACCA I do teach? I do teach business and technology, F1, management accounting, F2, FA, financial accounting, F3, LW, corporate and business law, F4, PM, performance management, FR, finance reporting, F7, audit assurance, obviously, financial management, F9, SBL, SBR, advanced performance management, APM, and advanced audit assurance. Besides teaching, I have also have a working experience in Deloitte as an external auditor. So I have practical exposure of audit as well, right? Which will obviously help you to get the practical life knowledge as well for your future. Also, I had worked as a finance executive at Shirazi Trading Company over here in Pakistan. Finance, also at finance executive as at Merlin Security Solutions here in Pakistan, and also one of the Swiss-based multinational organization, again as finance executive, SICPA Inc., Pakistan, right? And now let us discuss about the passing rates of audit and assurance pass rates from last 8 attempts, right? And as you can see, I have provided here the comparison. It is the worldwide passing rates, and it's our accountancy student pass rates. So as you can see, in September 2009, passing rate of audit and assurance was 36%, whereas accountancy students passing rate was 78%. In December 2019, it was 38 and 80%, as you can see. In March 2020, passing rate was 36% and 75%. In September 2020, the passing rate of ACE worldwide was 41%, and in September 2020, it was 85%. In December 2020, it was 39% and 82%. In March 2021, it was 43%, and my student passing rate was 85% overall. Then in June 2021, the passing rates was 39% and it was 80%. September 2021, it was 39% and 82%. Right. Now, overall, why students, the passing rates of audit assurance are why too low? Why majority of students failing? Here are reasons of failure, which we will not discuss in detail. Reasons of failure in audit assurance. Why majority of the students fail? Okay. So number one, lack of understanding of concepts. Students Many students rote learn textbook and do not understand the concept, right? And what they do, they just rote learn the textbooks and they do not get the major understanding of the concepts. Due to it, this is the one of the reason that they are unable to connect the knowledge correctly into the scenarios, or and that's why they do fail the exam. No, another reason, not completing the whole exam. That means they are not completing 100% exam. This is one of the reason of failure in audit and assurance, you know, uh, because obviously when you are, for example, attempting 80% of the exam, then you will get the marks from 80, not from the 100 out of the 100. And obviously, that will reduce your chances of passing. Now, you might be wondering that, sir, that I already know. What's new in it? Now, let me tell you one secret, which one of the examiner of ACCA told me once, right? And what was the secret? He said, if a student cover whole 100% exam and student still between 47% to 50%. All right, no matter either you score between 50 or you are between 47 to 49. Usually, in normal circumstances, 9 markers do check your exams. But if you complete your whole exam and you are lying between 47 to 50%, then 10% will be the examiner who will check your answer sheet, and she will try her level best that in either way, either she can give you a passing marks, a passing 50. So see how valuable it is to complete whole 100% exam. Next scenario, lack of understanding of exam technique. You guys know the knowledgeable textbook part. Many students know the textbook part, but they don't know that how to write audit risk in the exam, how to connect with scenario, how to connect with scenario, how to, for example, how to write audit risk in the exam, how to write the substantive procedures in the exam, how to write test of controls and their objectives in the exam. That's another reason which make you fail this exam. Now, another issue, not applying knowledge to application of scenarios, right? That means not connecting knowledge to scenarios. That means what you do, you just wrote learn the book, you read the scenario, and you just writing the book definitions. For example, what is audit risk? What is inherent risk? What is control risk? What is detection risk? You're just giving the knowledge only, and you are not connecting it well with uh, the scenario. You're not uh, relating your knowledge with the scenario. That's that is the one of biggest reason that you fail, right? So you need to learn that how to connect your knowledge to the scenario, how to relate your knowledge to the scenario. That is the key, a biggest key, I would say, to pass this audit assurance exam. So writing skills are essential to pass this exam. Now, this point is connected to my previous point, not writing audit risk completely. That means mostly students just identify. They will like just saying that, okay, this, for example, there is a risk that inventory is undervalued. Sorry, it is an audit risk, undervaluation or the of inventory that is audit risk. That's it. You are not explaining that why it is audit risk. So obviously, if you only identify the audit risk and you want uh, connected it well to the scenario, then for sure you won't get the marks. You won't get the marks, or hardly you will get half a mark, which will not help you to pass the exam. Another issue, uh, the topics which are very important: test of controls and substantive procedures. You mostly students who fail in the exam, what they do, they mix up test of controls with substantive procedures, or uh, substantive procedures with tests of controls. Right? For example, examiner asks you, give me the 5 test of controls for the inventory. But what students do, they do write the substantive procedures. Uh, and obviously, if you will do like this, you won't get 1 mark, more than 1 mark out of 5 marks. Or you will be writing students do write incomplete substantive procedures. They are just giving what they are gonna do, but they are not explaining why they aren't gonna do. Right. So all of these, how to write these substantive procedures, how to write the test of controls, how to write their objectives, how to explain your audit risk, and how to write the auditor response, that we will emphasize a lot of in our practice sessions on them, because these are the topics that you will get anyhow in your exam, right? uh, Now let us discuss about the course outline, the contents of the course of audit and assurance, audit and assurance. So what is that? Number one, first, as you can see, first area is about audit and other assurance engagement. So in this chapter, what you will learn what is audit, right? Uh, Obviously, its advantages and its disadvantages you will learn. You will learn what is assurance engagement, and you will learn other types of assurance engagement, which include positive assurance, reviewing engagement, agreed upon procedures, compilation engagement, right? That's what is our first chapter. Then we have next chapter known as statutory audit and regulations. What is statutory audit? Obviously, First, we will find out that what is statutory audit, okay, and what is non-statutory audit. We will learn. Then, in this chapter, also we will learn what are the rights of auditor, what are the duties of auditor. We will learn about the uh, conditions for removal of auditors and resignation of auditors. So far, so good. Also, we will learn that how uh, auditing standards were introduced by the International Auditing and Standard Board, and what are the regulatory bodies for audit and audit. Okay, next chapter is related to corporate governance. So, what will include in the corporate governance? Corporate governance chapter includes what is corporate governance, all right, who are involved in it, in corporate governance. We will also look at the corporate scandals which had happened in the history. Then we will look at the OECD principles of corporate governance. Then we will look at what is audit committee, uh, nomination committee, board of directors, types of directors, that is, who is executive director, who is non-executive director, and what is the difference in them. That is what corporate governance consists of. Next area is related to ethics and quality control. In ethics and quality control, we will look at first, we will learn that what is ethics. Okay, principles of ethics. Then we will learn threats to ethics. Then we will learn about the safeguards which we can apply reduce the to reduce the ethical threats. Okay, then we will learn about what is engagement letter, the contents of engagement letter, how advertisement is allowed for the firms, what is tendering. Then we will learn about quality control, in which we will cover two standards related to quality control, that is ISQC1, QC1, which is related to the quality control related to the audit firm. And then we will learn about ISA 220, which is quality control related to financial statement. Okay, here our whole course will be covered. I mean, course till or ethics and quality control procedures will be covered. Next area which we will look at is internal audit. That is, what is internal audit? in internal audit, first we will look at what is internal audit. Why internal audit important in corporate governance? Okay, next, what we will look at areas, or you can say scope of internal audit. Next, we will look at how to decide to introduce internal audit in your organization. Then we will look at outsourcing and advantages and disadvantages of internal audit. Okay, next chapter is audit risk. Now, what is uh, an audit risk? We will look at what is audit risk, components of audit risk, what is materiality, how to determine materiality, types of materiality, then we will discuss the area that is audit planning and documentation. In this area, in audit planning and documentation, we will look at what is audit planning, what is strategy, obviously audit strategy, the difference between audit planning and documentation. So audit planning and audit strategy. What is working papers? How to document working papers? That's what we will cover in this area. Then we will move to the next chapter, which is introduction of audit evidence. In introduction of audit evidence, what we will cover uh, what is audit evidence, understanding the entity and its environment, that is control activities, control environment, risk assessment, evaluating uh, evaluation of system and monitoring, then how to get evidences, that is which is AEIOU, analytical, inquiry, inspection, observation, understanding. Then our this area will end and we will move to the next area, which is internal controls. Now, what in this internal control, we will look at various types of internal controls. What is internal controls and what are the internal controls that organization can place, which includes of ACCA maps, arithmetical accuracy, uh, segregation of duties, and many more, which we will discuss in detail. Okay. Next area is related to the test of controls. Now, uh, test of controls, TOC, you may have heard about it, that it's very difficult area, but I will make sure that I will make it very easy for you. Test of controls, which will be related to the sales cycle, purchase cycle, inventory cycle, sales, purchase, inventory cycle, cash and bank, payroll, and capital expenditure, right? Uh, in this, we will look at what are the objectives of these test of controls, what are the control procedures, and what test of controls we can place. And obviously, we will focus a lot on how to draft answers on it, as examiner complain a lot that students actually do not have the technique to write or draft answers on it. Moving ahead, audit procedures and sampling. Audit procedures and sampling. Now, what is audit procedures? How to then we have sampling risk, non-sampling risk. What types of samples we have? That is random, hypothetical, hazard sampling, various types of sampling which we will look at, and then we will look at on the substantive procedures on each of these, on non-current assets, on inventory, on receivables, on cash and bank, liabilities, capitals, and enrollments, not-for-profit organizations, audit review and finalizations, and finally audit report will be our next last area in which we will look at what is audit report, the contents of audit report, what is emphasis of matter paragraph, what is camps, and all of it in detail, and then our course will complete, right? So now the thing is, what will be the teaching strategy and the exam format? So firstly, let me tell you about the exam format. What's the exam format? There will be a section A of 30 marks in which you will get OTQs. That means you will have a scenario, and you will have three scenarios, and each scenario will have five requirements, which can be either filling the blank, which can be true and false, or MCQs, right? Case studies will have five requirements, either filling the blanks true or false, or MCQs, and you have to deal with it, right? And then in section, then we will have section B, which will consist of three questions, right? Comprising on 30 marks and 20 marks, or vice versa. Okay, in this, you will definitely get audit risk. You will definitely get test of controls. You will definitely get substantive procedure from any area, and uh, also you will have plus other areas. All right. So that's the exam format. Now, what will be the teaching strategy? First, we will cover section A and their MCQs. Okay. Uh, then we will move on to audit risk, and then we'll cover their MCQs and their section B questions. Right. And then we will move on to further topic like audit evidence, substantive procedures, test of controls, audit reporting, and all. And uh, after doing various few topics, we will move to the other topic with their move to the other topics. Then we will do their questions, MCQs, and their questions, and then we'll move to the other topic, and so on. That's like how we will cover it. Okay. Now, uh, one more thing that you might be wondering. At accountancy, you have options. You have two options to choose. One option is autopilot classroom. Right? In autopilot classroom, you will get recorded lectures and WhatsApp support during the whole course. All right. And second option is autopilot classroom pro. That's the second package. In this package, you will get live online classes. You will get recorded video lectures. You will get and recorded video lectures access for 6 months. Also, WhatsApp support, obviously, and feedback on students students question practice, right? That means Whenever you practice the questions, you will send me your answers and I will give you the feedback that how did you perform? Are you on up to mark or not? So these are the two packages, and obviously there is a difference between the fee or the subscription charges in both of the packages for which you can ask me on about which you can ask me on my WhatsApp, which is +923341777706 or 033417777706. I hope you get it, and if you have any further questions, you can contact me on my WhatsApp, or you can also give up your feedback about this orientation. And if you have any other questions, you can also ask me on my WhatsApp, also on the comments in the video, right? I hope we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.